Hi guys, good evening. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be discussing my film review for Justice League, which I just saw earlier tonight. Oh man, I loved it. Loved it so much. Before I start gushing and talking too much about it, please be warned that this film review will be full of spoilers. This is a spoiler-filled film review for Justice League, so if you have not seen Justice League and if you're listening to this right now, do not keep watching or listening to this video as I will be going into giant spoilers. And if you have seen Justice League, please keep listening and watching as I hope you find what I have to say entertaining and somewhat informative. So you have been warned, spoilers from here on out, big spoilers for Justice League. That being said, very, very good movie. Great movie. Not perfect by any means, but damn is it entertaining and fun and super exciting, super lighthearted, very funny, great cast, great characters, awesome hero-filled moments. I mean, just such an enjoyable movie overall. Really entertaining, very enjoyable. And as a big lifelong DC fan, especially Batman fan, I of course enjoyed it. I thought everybody did a phenomenal job in it. It was really, I had a big, stupid, idiot grin on my face most of the time, and the stuff that I was seeing, I liked and I loved it. And I just thought it was just so well done, despite all the scrutiny it's been under with the reshoot rumors and Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon changing or filming it differently and whatnot. I don't care at this point. I just thought this was a great, fun movie, and my friends whom I saw it with, most of them seemed to like it just as much as well, and we all left the theater feeling very, very good. I gotta say, even though we've only seen solo films for Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, well, I consider Batman v Superman like more of a Batman movie than a Superman movie, obviously, but we know his story so well at this point. The other three members, Aquaman, Cyborg, and Flash, we haven't seen movies for them yet. We got glimpses of them in Batman v Superman, and teases us to who they were and what they were. And obviously this movie, we got to see them for who and what they are and what they're capable of, and how we fell in love with them, or what great, wonderful characters they are. I feel like this movie did a pretty good job quickly summarizing as to giving us a brief backstory and history for those of us who aren't big comic book fans or don't know that much about the comic book history of these characters. I feel like this movie did a good job briefly explaining the background of Cyborg, Aquaman, and Flash. Like, they briefly touched on their origin stories, who they are, what they are, and then it kept the story moving. That's one of the things I liked about this movie, was the pacing of the film. I'll admit I was a little apprehensive and nervous. It was only 2 hours long, but it certainly doesn't feel like 2 hours, and the movie just keeps on moving. It just goes from one thing to another, and nearly most of it is explained. And like I said, it's not perfect, but damn is it entertaining. And I think this movie did a pretty damn good job of a great sense of balance. I don't know if it quite nailed it down like Wonder Woman nailed it with a strong sense of balance earlier this summer, but damn, this movie came to a close second, I think. It was exciting, it was action-packed, it kept the story moving, the characters were fun to watch, everybody did a great job. There were awesome superhero moments, like when Superman first appears to Steppenwolf after being resurrected and they lay into each other. That's the thing that I think I like about these superhero comic book movies, is that if I enjoy them, it's usually because I get what I want to see most of the time. Like, I wanted to see banter between our characters, which I think we got. I wanted to see Batman taking charge, leading the group, which is what we got. We got interesting, small, brief backstories for Aquaman, Cyborg, and Flash. They're all very likable, watchable characters. We got a lot more humor and more lighthearted moments. We had this profound sense of hope and confidence and positivity that I think these movies were really lacking in the past couple films. Wonder Woman did a pretty good job making it lighter again, but I feel like this movie really amplified that sense of hope and confidence, and hopefully they can keep this train going for the next couple of movies. I'm very excited for Aquaman because of this movie. I think that's going to be good. And anyway, as I was saying, I got what I wanted to see. And each hero, each of them, I think had a pretty decent amount of screen time, each one individually fighting Steppenwolf. Wonder Woman fighting him was pretty badass. Aquaman fighting him was pretty cool. Flash and Cyborg got to have their dukes. They duked it out with him a few times. Even Batman got to duke it out with him a few times. And of course, the Man of Steel himself got to duke it out with him as well, which was very cool. I really enjoyed that. I also loved the great job that the supporting cast did. Amy Adams as Lois Lane, Diane Keaton, Diane. Oh my God, I'm totally blanking on her name. Oh my God, I'm having such a brain fart. Okay, the actress who played Superman's mother, Diane. God, I can't believe I'm blanking on her name. She did a great job. J.K. Simmons was an awesome Commissioner Gordon. I hope we see him in future Batman and DC movies. Everybody did such a good job in this movie. Ciaran Hinds, or Ciaran, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name, but the guy who played Steppenwolf was a fantastic villain. Great bad guy. Really enjoyed him. I don't think there's anything particularly special or outstanding about Steppenwolf. I think he was your typical run-of-the-mill comic book villain. He made it pretty clear what his purpose and plan was and what he wanted to do and why he had to be stopped. And I think he was a pretty good foe for a first round of fighting with the Justice League. So that was incredibly satisfying. Oh, and then we got shit that I was not expecting to see. We got at least 2 races between the Flash and Superman as to see who was the fastest. I mean, we got it when they were both trying to save people from the fallout of the battle, and then in the first post-credit scene where they're joking, they're giving each other a hard time laughing about it. And then we got banter between Superman and Batman because, they gave each other a few cracks and smiles, and even Batman's like, well, I never said I didn't miss you, or something like that. God, it was just so satisfying to watch. So much fun. This movie's getting a lot of serious crap on it, and I get that people have problems with it, but I don't think it nearly deserves this much venom as previous DC films do. Granted, I understand now why people didn't like the previous DC installments, but this one, yeah, it's not perfect, but damn is it fun and a feel-good movie. Maybe that's what people don't like. Either way, I just think, this was an awesome movie. I plan on seeing it at least 3 or 4 more times on the big screen. So much fun, so exciting, so enjoyable. Everybody did, a great job. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm repeating myself. And I feel like it was a really solid superhero movie. And like I said, I think they did a pretty good job balancing between the storytelling and the action-packed battle scenes and fighting sequences. Each character got their few moments in the sunlight, or in the spotlight, I should say. And there was great character banter. Oh my God, Ezra Miller as the Flash is hilarious and awesome. God, he was funny. Aquaman sitting on the lasso of truth and just opening it up to all this shit was hysterical. Because at first, what the hell is going on with Aquaman? Why is he being so open all of a sudden and coming off kind of vulnerable and like a bit of a softie? And then when Wonder Woman starts to smile and the rest of the league starts to smile, it's like, oh my God, he's sitting on the lasso of truth. That was hilarious. And this movie was so funny too. I mean, it wasn't super funny like Thor Ragnarok, but damn, this movie had funny moments. And I think my personal favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes from the film, would have to be when they're first trying to calm Superman down right after his resurrection, and Flash is running behind him, probably try to get the drop on him, and then we see through the Flash's perspective that Superman's eyes and head both slowly start to turn, because you're like, oh, damn. And the Flash is looking freaked out like, You know, I can't do it like the way Ezra Miller did it, but he had this great look of, oh my God, I'm screwed look on his face. Oh man, it was funny. So much fun. God, it just makes me laugh and smile. And it still makes me smile. And then, oh my God, my heart was pounding during the last post credit scene where we see clearly Lex Luthor has broken out of prison and he has summoned the badass mercenary Deathstroke to him, played by indeed Joe Manganiello. I'm really sorry if I'm butchering that name. I know for a while it was kind of up in the air regarding his fate in the DC universe, but it seems like he is definitely going to play Deathstroke at some point. And then Lex Luthor teased the possibility of the formation of the Legion of Doom because he has this badass little line like, it seems like our friends are putting together some kind of league. Well, it just goes to wonder, shouldn't we have a league of our own? And I freaked out. I was freaking out that whole sequence. I was like, no fucking way. Like, loudly in the theater, I'm like, no fucking way. And then I'm like, yes. And I'm like, oh my God. You know, I wasn't out of control, but I was freaking out and I was super excited. And my friends were looking at me like, "Oh, Eddie, come on." But God, oh man, it still makes me smile. I can't wait to watch it again. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too. This was a satisfying, a bit of it was a bit of a turbulent journey from conception to final product with like the filming and the reshoots and all those rumors and all that bullshit. You know, all of it I think doesn't matter because as long as we got a decent, entertaining film, that's what matters. So, what did you guys think of the movie? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you, it's all right? Did you, I just liked it? Or were you like, oh my God, this was the worst thing? Please leave your thoughts, opinions, and your feedback down below in the comments section. I'd love to hear from everybody. As usual, we're all entitled to our own opinions. That's just fine. But please keep it civil and be respectful of one another's beliefs and opinions, of course, and no hostile, unnecessary internet trolling. Justice League is now playing in theaters. Get tickets now. I highly recommend it. Stay through the entire thing for the very end scene so you can see those awesome post-credit scenes, and I think it's got a really promising future for DC ahead. And of course, subscribe to this channel for more film reviews like this one, and stay tuned to this channel for this weekend for a few more videos as well. All right, guys, have a great rest of the weekend. If I don't see you, get out there and watch Justice League. It's amazing. All right, have a great rest of the night, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.